Grilled beef, salted, juicy. Chimichurri, waiting on the side. Steak doesn't need much to be good, but when it's done right, it doesn't just fill you up, it keeps the table going. Today, we're cooking steak with chimichurri right here on planet Pulutan. Steak is universal, a marker of everyday cooking and shared meals across cultures. For this episode, we're looking to Rio de la Plata, a shared food region between Argentina and Uruguay, where steak is simply seasoned, grilled hot, and served with chimichurri on the side, meant to be shared and eaten with drinks. Pulutan ba ka mo? You came to the right place. Let's cook. Let's take a look at our ingredients. For the steak, skirt steak is traditional. It's the long, thin muscle found just below the ribs. But flank steak or sirloin works just fine at home. All it needs is salt. For the chimichurri, we're using fresh parsley, garlic, dried oregano, red wine vinegar, olive oil, salt, and if you like, a small pinch of chili. You can use lemon if you don't have red wine vinegar. To go with it, we're making a simple tortilla. All you need is all-purpose flour, salt, water, a little beef fat or neutral oil. It's basic bread, cooked directly on the grill. Start by chopping the parsley by hand. Don't use a blender. Blending bruises the herbs and turns the sauce muddy instead of fresh. Place the parsley in a mixing bowl. Add minced garlic, dried oregano, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, roughly half a cup of oil, and salt. Mix until it's loose and spoonable. Go easy on the salt and vinegar at first as the flavors come together as it sits. You can adjust the taste later. This is the base. Simple, fresh, and meant to sit while the rest of the cooking happens. Set it aside at room temperature. Take the steak out of the fridge and let it lose its chill. It shouldn't be too cold when it hits the pan. Pat it dry, salt generously on both sides, and set aside. As the steak rests, let's make the dough. For this one, my wife is going to help me with making the tortilla. Start with 1 cup all-purpose flour. Add half a teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of beef fat or neutral oil. Then gradually mix in about half a cup of water, adjusting with a little flour or water as needed until it comes together into a soft dough. Smooth, pliable, and not sticky to the touch. Turn it out and knead gently until the dough looks even and feels elastic. Divide the dough into equal parts, flatten them thin, and set aside. With everything prepped, it's time to get the grill hot. But for now, let's take a pause and give a shout out to our friends in Rio de la Plata, where this dish comes from. Rio de la Plata is a river region in the lower part of South America, shared by Argentina and Uruguay. This area was shaped by wide open land and an abundance of cattle, where grilling traditions like asado grew out of everyday life, especially among gauchos cooking over open fire. Over time, European immigrant food traditions layered onto that local grilling culture. Techniques and ingredients, including sauces like chimichurri, were added, adapted, and passed around, not as rules but as habits shared by the fire. Grilling here has always been social. The fire stays going while people talk, drink, and take their time. keeping the conversation moving among everyone at the table. Now, let's go back to cooking. Once the grill is hot, lay the steak over direct heat. Let it sear until the side gets charred before flipping. Once cooked to medium rare or medium well, depending on what works for your table. Take it off the grill and let it rest. While the steak rests, let's cook the tortilla. Set them directly on the grill, picking up heat and a bit of beef flavor until the bread is cooked, with some char here and there. Slice the steak into shareable pieces. Tear the tortillas by hand, then serve the chimichurri. Now that's steak night. Balanced heat, bright herbs, and time well spent at the table. And to our friends in Rio de la Plata, salud. Thank you for joining us here on Planet Pulutan. See you on the next one.